everybody. This is TheWhisperCorner, and I have a wee bit of I don't have a wee bit of anything. I have the worst illness in the world. I have man flu, and now, just to warn you, I'm sucking on a thing. I'm sucking on a All's Mental because I hardly really have a voice, and I don't want to lose my voice because that would please the people at work far too much. So I don't want to lose my voice like I did a couple of years ago. I'm getting to that age where sickness is affecting me more. And on that cheerful note, let's start this video. So, anyway, as you probably can tell from this thingamajig in front of you, World Cup Wall Chart 2018, next week is the start of the World Cup. Today is June 3rd, and next week on June 14th is the first game of the World Cup in Russia. And let's just zoom out a wee bit there. I say zoom out, I picked up the camera. Oh, the wonderful world of videography. Anyway, so here we have diver, sore shoulder, lazy Hallion, bearded wonder, cannot curse or else I get demonetized. So, this is Europe, and this is Russia. So the games are being played in Kaliningrad, Moscow, St. Petersburg, that place, Kazan, that place, Samara, Saransk, Volgograd, Sochi, and that place. So, you know me, I like my videos. I was going to say I like my women, but invisible. I like my videos simple and with as little work as possible. So I went through the World Cup rankings for each group, and I was just going to have this as notes. But what I then thought I would do, being the miles nerd that you know I am, I added up all the rankings of each group to see, basically with the idea being that the higher the total of rankings, the weaker the group. Now, as you can see here, you have Germany 1, Brazil 2, Belgium are 3, Portugal are 4, but Russia are 66. Now, for those who don't know, apart from the fact that I don't think Russia are really that good anyway, but they're artificially low because other teams would have been getting lots of points, and points get you prizes, points get you ranking points. But Russia for the last 2 or 3 years would only have been playing friendlies, and they get you less points, so that's why Russia are so low down. So, and that's another reverse of that. There was something I was going to say along the lines of, holy shit, Iran are 36th in the world. What's going on? Anyway, I noticed something else funny as well when I was scrolling through. I think Albania are the 56th best team in the world. I wouldn't have thought Albania were the 56th best team in Europe. Anyway, so if you look here, the total rankings for Group A is 186, which is by far the highest, because Saudi are average, Egypt are fairly low down, Uruguay aren't the highest, and I would say Russia is artificially high. The tightest group appears to be Group E, with Brazil 2. There's a tiny insect crawling over Group B. him away. Anyhow, he disappeared so quickly that I'm sort of wondering, are all the drugs kicking in? Anyway, so Brazil 2, Switzerland 6, Costa Rica 25, and Serbia 35. So, 35 and 25, 60, 68. And then England's a pretty tight group as well. If Panama had been higher, it would have been a really tight group. But surprised to see how low in the rankings South Korea are. And it's sort of confusing. I mean, have Colombia had a big dip? Or Poland had a big dip? I'm just wondering. In Coach H, in Group H, there's no team in the top 10, top 8. Shut up, kid. Anyway, right. So let us begin this completely non-biased, non-partisan, and completely serious prediction for the 2018 World Cup, which will be, of course, as we all know, the final World Cup, because in 4 years' time, World War III will have wiped out Qatar. Anyway, Group A, Russia versus Saudi Arabia. Sorry, just checking for a second, make sure I was recording, because it would have been a complete waste of 6 minutes, as opposed to this excellent 7 minutes. Russia versus Saudi Arabia. Now, as I'm sure you're all experts in Saudi Arabian football and Russia, you'd expect for the home game, for the initial stages, the Russian government will be intimidating every country. So it will go for Russia 3, Saudi Arabia 0. Okay, nice and simple to begin with. And then the next day we have Egypt versus Uruguay. So Egypt, by that stage, might not yet have Mo Salah back. Sorry, trying not to drool. So we'll say 1, and Uruguay pretty good. 2. All my Egyptian viewers have just turned off. Next round of groups matches, we have Russia versus Egypt. The Russian state military will still be going round setting off all the hotel fire alarms where Egypt are staying, so I think that'll be, but Salah might be back for this game, so we'll go for a 2-2 draw. Next up we have Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia. Now, Uruguay are good, they're 17th in the world. Saudi Arabia are crap, they're 67th in the world. So, you'd expect the experience, 2-time World Cup winners Uruguay. That wasn't research, that was just, when you're good, you know. How many times have Italy won it? I don't know, leave me alone. Uruguay will win that game 2-0. Now, of course, just to let you know, at the early start of this video, every result I get right, you owe me £1. There you go. And then the final round of games, going for the wooden spoon. 1 second. Don't cough, Ken. Don't cough. Really concentrating and not coughing right now. Anyway, Saudi Arabia versus Egypt. So you have Saudi Arabia are crap and Egypt who are better. So we'll go for Saudi Arabia 1, Egypt 3. And then the big game, top two teams, well, actually, let's say artificially, Russia aren't really as bad as you might think. They're evil like, but they're not bad football-wise. But, sorry, Trump told me to say that. Uruguay versus Russia. We'll go for Uruguay to win that one, just because they have better looking footballers. 3-2. So, this is Group A. So I've got Russia with 4 points. I've got Saudi Arabia with 0, Uruguay with 3, 6, 9 points, and Egypt with 0, 1, and 4, but I have Russia with a better goal difference. So first in Group A is Uruguay. And then the second day we have Russia. So, sorry Mo Salah, you're going home. Next up, Group B. We have the biggest game of the tournament here, Morocco versus Iran. Morocco, as we all know, are the 42nd best team in the world, and Iran are the 36th. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that I'm trying really hard not to cough. Anyway, this is a serious video. So remember, the most important thing to remember when you consider Morocco is that it has 1 R and 2 C's, not 2 R's and 1 C. Okay? So because it's 1, 2, I'm going to take it as 1, 2. Whenever that's the right result, just remember that I picked that scoreline because it's 1 R and 2 C's. And you'll think, this is mental. And I'd say, you're right. Next up, we have Portugal versus España. Now, Portugal are 4th in the world, somehow, and Spain are down in 8th. So, you'd think Portugal would be favourites, but as everyone knows, nobody likes Portugal, apart from the Portuguese. So, Ronaldo will score, as he always does, but Spain will score 9. No bias, I told you, no biasness at all. Next up, we have Portugal versus Morocco. Well, you know, Portugal is the 4th best team in the world. Morocco is the 42nd, so I think I mentioned that before. You see there's 1 R and 2 C's, so it's going to be 2-1 again. But this time, just because you all thought I was going to say 2-1 again, but it's not. Next up, we have Iran versus Spain. Iran are crap, Spain aren't, so we'll go for 3-0. And then finally, we have Iran versus Portugal. Don't nick me, but Iran are crap, and nobody likes Portugal, except the Portuguese. It's okay, I can say that, because I work with some of these Portuguese, and you don't understand why I'm saying that. So, Iran are crap, nobody likes Portugal. We'll make that 1-0 to Portugal. And then finally we have Spain, who are good, and Morocco, who has 1 R and 2 C's. So we'll make this 2-0 to Spain. So Morocco, I'm giving them no points, no points, and no points. So that finishes them with no points. And Iran, I'm giving 3 and none, which is 3. Portugal, I'm giving them 6 and Spain 9. So second in B is Portugal. Versus the first in B, which is Spain. Couple of big games there so far. So let's go on down now to tell you what I'll do, tell you what I want, what I really, really want. You really want to sing like yeah, that's right, I quoted the Spice Girls. Anyway, Group C, we have La France versus G'day. So on one hand we have France, who are, they used to be good, they were good back when I was in my 20s, but then the world was a better place back then. Yeah, so why the hell. So anyway, Australia are, well, they're a long way from home. They're a long way from Tipperary, and they're a long way from Tipperary when they're in Australia. But then, to be fair, Russia's a long way from Tipperary as well. So the question is, in a match between France and Australia, which one is closer to Tipperary? And obviously it's going to be France. So we'll make this a tight 2-0. Next up we have Peru versus Denmark. Both these teams are slightly higher up in the world rankings than you would assume. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but let's go with it. So Peru are 11th in the world, and Denmark are 12th, which is highly irregular. Surprising. Like what you find in a handkerchief after a particularly big sneeze. How many goals do Peru score? I don't know, I didn't do that much research. But I know Denmark gave Ireland one hell of a hiding in the World Cup qualifiers, in the playoff. So on one hand you've got Peru, who I know nothing about, and Denmark, who gave Ireland a hiding. 3-1 Peru. See you, Denmark. And then now next up we have lovely Denmark versus Australia. So Denmark, of course, famous for its bacon. Australia, famous for its beer, Kylie Minogue, and cricket. Mind blank, you know, what are you good for? Sorry, the thingamajig was stuck on the side of my mouth. I've been sitting so long with it sucking on it. So we have bacon versus beer. Now, to an American, that would be like, you know, do you kill your firstborn or your beautiful new wife? But to me, that's bacon wins that. So go for a tight 1-0. Next up, we have France versus Peru. France are 7th, Peru are 11th. Seems like a tight game. France, on one hand, if you listen to the BBC, they have a very good squad. They have a crap manager. I didn't say that. Don't attack me. It was the BBC. Big. No, never mind. So, France versus Peru. I think this could be the first surprise of the tournament. I'll go for France 1, Peru 2. Of course, the first surprise was Spain putting 9 past Portugal, but everyone was so happy seeing Ronaldo crying that it wasn't really a surprise. And next up we have Australia versus Peru. Well, everyone's been so happy with it. The Australian fans have been singing and dancing and, you know, acting like Australians, that they really want them to, you know, get a point and have something to go home with. Unfortunately, they're crap. So Australia 0, Peru 3. And then finally we have Denmark versus France. Well, we have, as I say, there's a bit of recent history and ancient history. Well, I say ancient, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, sometime years ago. We had Denmark, who thrashed Ireland, and we have France, who Thierry Henry cheated Ireland. So, which one do you want to get beat most? Only one way to decide this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the board 2-2. So, let's see. France got 4 points. Surprising. Australia got none. Peru got 3, 6, 9 points. Well done, Peru. And Denmark, they got none, 3, and 4. So they get 4 points. The question is, who's got the better goal difference? France has +2, +1. Denmark has, let's see, -2, -1. I'm sorry, Denmark. France went through. That's what you get for thrashing the Republic of Ireland. So, the first in C was Peru, and the second in C was not France. Next up we have Group D. So we have Argentina versus Iceland, 2 countries that fought wars against the English, the Falklands and the Cod Wars. Slightly different in scale, but hey, fishermen are not people you want to piss off. Argentina are 5th in the world, famous for having very sexy men and rawr women. Iceland, famous for being very expensive and frickin' freezing, and for having volcanoes that are impossible to pronounce, and real emphasis on my voice when I'm trying not to cough. Anyhow, Argentina are 5th in the world. Iceland are an all-time high 22, like its weather. 6-1. Why? Next up, Croatia versus Nigeria. Now, you may say to yourself, no, you wouldn't say to yourself, you say to me, you'll say, Kevin, why do you not like Croatia? I don't know, I think of Croatia and I think of players diving and rolling around, as I'm sure you do as well. So Croatia, 18th in the world. Nigeria, where are they? 47th. I think it'll be a tight game. Croatia it'll be a long game, lots of injury time, players rolling around and pretending they've been shot. So we'll say Croatia 2, Nigeria 2. Next up we have Argentina versus Croatia. Wow, there's going to be a lot of rolling around in this game. 2 countries that really love to dive. Argentina, well, they have the more famous players. That's basically all I can go for there. So, I'm going to go for Argentina 2, Croatia 0. And then we have Nigeria versus Iceland. 2 teams from polar opposite climates. Freezing hot. Russia, this time of year. Yeah, that'd be the kind of thing maybe I should have looked up before the video. I'm gonna guess. Oh, hold on a second. Volgograd. Volgograd's pretty far away. It's a long way from Tipperary, and it's way over yonder, but it seemed to be pretty low down, longitudinally, as if I know what that means. We'll say not too bad. 8 o'clock at night. Is it 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Okay. We'll go for Nigeria 1, Iceland 1. And then finally we come on to Iceland versus Croatia. Iceland, as I said, are 22 in the world. Croatia 18, so they're pretty close. Big, rugged, outdoorsy men versus players that love to fall over. Iceland 1, Croatia 0. And then finally Nigeria versus Argentina. I think Argentina will get through that one okay. So we'll go for 3-1 Argentina. So Argentina, giving them 3 out of 3 wins, 9 points. Iceland 0, 1, 4, with a big negative. And Croatia have given 1. But with, hold on a second, I want to give them 1. Yeah, thank them, that's all I deserve. And then Nigeria, I've got 1, 2. Oh, there you go, E-bombs, simple bubble. Okay, first in D, Argentina. There's a game and a half. Argentina versus France. And then Peru versus Iceland. Well, I never. Who would have seen that coming? Not me when I started this. So, next up we're into Group E. We're halfway there. Are you still with me? Super. Costa Rica versus Serbia. Costa Rica beat Northern Ireland 3-0 last night. Now, on one hand, Northern Ireland's pretty not bad recently. Pretty not bad. That's a great term. On the other hand, the weather in Costa Rica is mental compared to the weather here. You wouldn't expect those wee white boys from Northern Ireland people to handle that heat. There's probably 1 or 2 gingers in there as well. They would probably burn, sizzle up. So Costa Rica versus Serbia. Costa Rica are 25th, Serbia are 35th. And again, European bias, I would assume Serbia are better. It's just that Costa Rica play more games against crap opposition. So I'm going to go for Costa Rica 1, Serbia 2. And next up, we have the big game of the group, Brazil versus Switzerland. Not that I'm going to give away any implicit bias for the future of this video. Brazil's my tip for the World Cup. I know I'm going out on a limb, picking one of those wee small random teams nobody ever picks. But put your money on Brazil. So I think Brazil will win that 3-1. Next up we have Brazil versus Costa Rica. Brazil, who were fantastic. Costa Rica, yeah, over 3-0. And then it's the battle for who's going to come second. You have Serbia and Switzerland, Battle of Europe. Switzerland can be surprisingly good. So we'll go for Serbia 0, Switzerland 2. And then we will finish that off with Serbia versus Brazil. Serbia by the stage have 3, and Switzerland have 3. But Serbia just don't want to get beat too much by Brazil. Tough shit, they're getting whacked 4-0. Switzerland playing Costa Rica. Costa Rica's, bang average. 2-0 to Switzerland. So Costa Rica, I gave them nothing, and nothing, and nothing. Yeah, well, sorry Costa Rica. Serbia, I gave 3, and they've got a big negative. Brazil, obviously, I give them 9. And Switzerland won the other 2 games with a really matter of goal difference. They have 6. So, you have first in E. Well, it's not Brazil. It is Brazil. Okay. Not Northern Ireland. Second in E, we have Switzerland. Next up, Group F. We have Germany, who, funny enough, haven't won in 5 games, and as of today, they dropped Leroy Sané from their squad, which is a bit mental. So, Germany are number 1 in the world. They won the holders of the current World Cup. The previous World Cup were the sorry to my viewers and subscribers in Brazil, but last time they wrecked Brazil 7-1. I know they beat Argentina in the final, but no one remembers that. Mexico, where are they in the world? 15th. I think that wouldn't be too bad, but I think Germany will nick it. A 2-0 win. I can't see him scoring too many, but equally I can see him conceding too many. Next up we have Sweden versus South Korea. As I said, I'm surprised South Korea is so far down in the world. I don't mean geographically, I mean world rankings. What is going on with my voice? Anyway, Sweden and South Korea has Song of Spurs, and Sweden has lots and lots of blonde women. So that's 2-1 to Sweden. Just taking a moment. Anyway, next up we have South Korea versus Mexico. I think it's one of those classic World Cup games where, under normal circumstances, 2 completely different continents and other sides of the planet can only mean one thing. No. Germany versus Sweden, an age-old battle, older than time itself. Of course it is. My watch is only 3 weeks old, but Germany versus Sweden, go for, it'll be a tight game, 2-1, and then finally, just magnificently, the last 2 games were separated by the crease. We have South Korea versus Germany. I think by this stage South Korea know they need to win to get through, but that was me trying not to cough and then suddenly laughing at the noise I made. Don't worry, it'll happen to you at some point when you get old and incontinent. South Korea 0, Germany 2. Sorry, South Korea, but at least now you're friends with the North. And then we have Mexico versus Sweden. I fancy a surprise in this one and go for a 1-0 win for Sweden. So Germany, I gave a clean sweep of 9 points. They might not have won any of their last 5 friendlies, but when it comes to the big competition, they do what's needed. Mexico, I gave them nothing and 1 and nothing, so they got 1. Sweden, I gave 6. And South Korea, I gave 0. So, first in F is Germany. And second in F, I gave to Sweden. Okay. I've decided in this video I'm just going to do the group stages in another video. Maybe tomorrow when I might have a better voice, I'll do the knockouts. Group C, everyone's favourite group, because it's the group where England's getting knocked out of. But who knows? First game, Belgium versus Panama. Belgium are the third best team in the world. Panama aren't. Panama are the 55th best team, and apart from South Korea and Russia, hold on, yes, and Japan. Surprised how low Japan are. They're 60th in the world. They're the 4th worst team in the competition, going by rankings. But then again, if the rankings don't sit where you want your country to be, it's like, oh, the rankings don't mean anything. If your team moves up into the top 10 in the world, it's, yay, we're top 10 in the world. Make up your mind, you hypocritical bastards. Anyway, Belgium versus Panama. A lot of good players, but can they perform as a team? Yes, 4-0. Second game, we have Tunisia versus England. England are bang average. Tunisia are what? Holy shit, Tunisia are 14th in the world. Germany are a wee bit of a difference. England are 12th in the world. I can't read. England are 13th, they're 14th. So England will be full of the hype and expectation, and all the press will be ready to knock them back down again. So England normally start off slow, in the middle they're slow, and then at the end they get beat. So we'll go for an exciting 0-0 draw. No bias here at all. Well, to be fair, it's not exactly bias, it's sort of run of the mill. What do you expect these days? Next up, we have Belgium versus Tunisia. We have Belgium here on a high after winning 4-0. Tunisia here on a high after annoying the English. It's a favourite sport of every country in the world. Only second to annoying the Americans. But they'll be getting drunk. They're always drunk. So we'll go for 1-0 to Belgium. Next up, the English press. The English press, especially the Sun, will have been ripping into England. Panama will just be thinking, what the hell's going on here? Who are all these people? How do we get here? What's going on? So, unbelievably, England are going to score a 93rd minute winner, coming off Harry Kane's backside to win 1-0. And straight away the English bookies will make them favourites for the title. And then finally it'll come to England versus Belgium, the big game that they were all waiting for, the one they didn't want to play because, I don't know if you've noticed this, but Belgium's apparently the third best team in the world, even though not just about all their players play in the Premier League, and some of England's players do as well, I suppose. Some of them play in the Championship probably. I'm going to go for a shocker of a result. England 1, Belgium 2. Gareth Southgate gets death threats. And then finally, battle for the wooden spoon. Panama, who are crap, versus Tunisia. They aren't too bad. We have Panama 0, Tunisia 2. What does that do to the group? I don't know. Belgium have a whopping 9 points. Panama have nothing and nothing and nothing. They go home with nothing. Tunisia have 1 and 4 points. And the ever so slightly plus goal difference. England have 1 and 4. Oh dear. Oh no. This was completely accidental. I promise. I know I sound sarcastic, but I'm never sarcastic. A slightly negative goal difference. Oh no. Terrible. That last minute own goal by, I can't say John Terry anymore. Last minute own goal by, last minute substitute came on. Joe Hart. He didn't make the squad. What are you talking about, Cam? He came on in the last minute. Who does everybody hit? Raheem Sterling came on at the last minute and scored an own goal. Anyway, so first in G we have Belgium. And second in G we have Tunisia, who somehow, completely non-biased like, I think, hold on, I'm just checking. Yep, it is the only African team to qualify according to me, and they were in England's group. No bias at all. Finally, Group H. Uruguay, Colombia versus Japan. Colombia are 16th, Japan are way down to 60th. I don't know why they're so low. Do you know why they're so low? They're very low. Almost as low as my voice when I talk like this. So I think Colombia would just be too good for Japan, so it'll be 2-0. Poland versus Senegal. Poland have Lewandowski. Senegal, I don't know who they have, don't know much about them. 28th in the world, 2 E's and a G. IG. I think Poland will be just too strong in the first game. We'll go for 2-0 here as well. And next up we have Japan versus Senegal. Japan low down, they'll be low after that defeat to Colombia. Need to bounce back, but so does Senegal. 1-1 draw. It's getting exciting now. Can you feel the tension? Next up, the big two, Poland versus Colombia. Poland still have Lewandowski. Colombia, I don't know who they have. It's a long way away, but equally, they're longer, further away from Tipperary. So Poland get a 2-1 win just from being closer to Tipperary. This is a very scientific method. And that finally we have Japan versus Poland. Japan are out, aren't they? Colombia have 3. Poland have... No, not out yet. They need to win. They need to win versus the old enemy, Poland, who they fought so many wars against. I mean, like, look at it. White circle, red dot. Red and white versus red and white. It was just destined to be. It's going to be a 16-all draw. And then Senegal versus Colombia. Senegal need to win to get through to be the second African team to qualify. Colombia only need a point. And knowing that, they hang on for a 2-2 draw. So Colombia have 4 points. Japan have 2 points. Poland have 7 points. And Senegal, doesn't really matter, they have 2 points. So the group winners are Poland, and the group runners up are Colombia. I based that purely on the ability of Lewandowski. So, in the round of 16, which I will start next time, we have Uruguay. Did I spell Uruguay wrong? I spelled Uruguay wrong. Yeah, big Egypt. That's what it was. I was thinking about the Simpsons thing. Well, you're a moron, aren't you? Thank God you're a moron. Anyway, we have Uruguay versus Portugal, Spain versus Russia, Peru versus Iceland, Argentina versus France, Brazil versus Sweden, Germany versus Switzerland, Belgium versus Colombia, and Poland versus Tunisia, and England are on the way home. Well, folks, thanks for watching, and hopefully when I make part 2, I will have a voice. I'm away now to cough. Thanks for watching. Cheery bye.